We live in this 24/7 world, right? Millions of us are working when the rest of the world is asleep. But have you ever stopped to think about the real cost of keeping the lights on all night? Well, we're going to dig into the science of our internal clocks, our circadian rhythms, and what happens when shift work throws a wrench in them. And let me tell you, the price is probably a lot higher than you think.
I mean, for centuries, we've known how important sleep is. Even Shakespeare got it, calling it the chief nourisher and life's feast. It's poetic, sure, but it's also true. So what happens when our modern work schedules take this totally fundamental need and turn it into a source of constant, chronic stress?
Because let's be clear, the consequences of messing with our natural sleep cycles go way, way beyond just feeling a little groggy. The cost to our bodies, our physiology is, well, it's staggering, and it's really serious.
So let me just ask you this directly. Is your work schedule literally taking years off your life? For about 25% of Americans who work shifts, this isn't just some dramatic theoretical question. It's a real and present danger they face every single day.
Okay, get ready for this number. 800%. No, that is not a typo. Studies have shown that people who do shift work have an 800% higher risk of developing ulcers. And you might wonder why. It's because when you desynchronize your body's clocks, you throw your whole digestive system into chaos, creating this massive internal stress.
And unfortunately, it gets worse. This chronic disruption of your body's natural rhythm, it can actually lead to a 20% decrease in your total lifespan. I mean, think about that. We are talking about losing years of your life simply because of when you have to work. And here's the real kicker. To put this all into perspective, we all know how dangerous smoking is, right? Well, the increased risk of cardiovascular death from doing shift work is even higher than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. This is a massive public health crisis that's basically hiding in plain sight.
So, to really understand why shift work is so incredibly damaging, we need to take a look at the amazing, intricate clockwork that is ticking away inside every single one of us.
So the root of the problem has a name: chronodisruption. It's this state where all your internal systems, your body temperature, your hormones, your alertness, everything, are all running on completely different schedules. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about your entire body being in a state of total chaos. The best way to think about it? It's like having a case of jet lag that never, ever goes away.
So how does our body normally stay in sync? It does it through things called Zeitgebers. It's a German word that literally means time givers. And they're just what they sound like. They're the cues from the outside world that our internal clock uses to set itself to the 24-hour day.
Now for us humans, the big one, the master signal, is light. It is by far the most powerful Zeitgeber we have. But other things matter too, like when we eat our meals, who we interact with, and of course our work routine. All these things tell our body what time it is. And what does shift work do? It scrambles every single one of these signals all at once.
You might think that all sleep is created equal, but it's not. The first 5 hours or so of your sleep, that's what we call core sleep. This is when you get that deep, slow-wave sleep, and it is absolutely vital for physically repairing your body. The rest of the night is what we call optional sleep. It's heavier on REM sleep, and it's more for your mind, your mood. The big problem for shift workers is they often miss out on that critical core sleep, and that's a debt that throws their entire physiology into disarray.
Okay, so if shift work is just a reality of modern life, can we at least make it better? Well, the answer is yes. The science actually shows a really clear difference between work schedules that are just kind of difficult and schedules that are truly, deeply destructive.
First off, we need to make a really key distinction here. Being on call and getting woken up in the middle of the night, that's mainly a problem of sleep deprivation. It's rough for sure, but it doesn't usually reset your whole body clock. True shift work, on the other hand, causes that circadian disruption we were talking about. You are basically telling your body that night is day and day is night, which desynchronizes everything and leads to those long-term chronic health problems.
And get this, the pattern of your shifts matters immensely. A phase advance, where you move from day shifts to evening shifts to night shifts, is much more in line with our physiology. See, our natural body clock is actually a little longer than 24 hours, so it's easier for us to push it forward. The absolute worst thing you can do? Randomly rotating shifts. They create the highest possible stress on the body and are so bad they are often forbidden by unions.
Look, we're probably not going to eliminate the 24/7 economy anytime soon. But what we can do is use science to lessen the harm. And there are very clear, evidence-based strategies for both the workers themselves and for their employers.
So here's your personal action plan. Number 1, Use bright light. We're talking 7,000 lux, which is about as bright as an overcast day when you need to be awake. This is your single most powerful tool. Number 2, treat your sleep time as sacred. Turn your bedroom into a cave. Blackout curtains, earplugs, the works. 3, exercise, but try to finish up at least an hour before you plan to sleep. And finally, and this is the hardest one, on your days off, try to stick to your night shift schedule as much as you can. It really helps your body stay adapted.
But this isn't all on the individual, not by a long shot. Employers and managers have a massive role to play here. I mean, Henry Ford figured out over 100 years ago that 8-hour shifts made his workers more productive. The same is true today. Companies can provide proper lighting, access to healthy food, places to take a nap, and most importantly, they can design intelligent shift schedules. These aren't just little perks, they are critical investments in safety, in productivity, and in human life.
So at the end of the day, we're left with this fundamental conflict, right? Our society demands that everything is always on, but our biology is still tied to the rising and setting of the sun. The good news is, we now have the science to build a better, safer, and healthier bridge between the two. The only question that's left is, are we going to choose to use it?